Cannabis Association, who's leading the work and getting patients, seriously ill patients, their rights in Ohio. And this is obviously going to be an ongoing process. And just want to give everybody an introduction to them. I think this has particular salience given the announcements this week about the pain pill issue that's going on in the state, that the federal and state government are really concerned about. And while this isn't directly related, I think that it could certainly influence and improve that situation. So what I'd like to do is introduce Teresa Daniello, who is the leader of the LMCA, and have her give you an introduction to this issue and our campaign.
Hi. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I really appreciate it. I am one of the leaders with the Ohio Medical Cannabis Act of 2012. And we've just recently changed our name to Ohio Medical Cannabis Association. So I want to clarify that up from the beginning. We're a group of Ohioans, concerned citizens, who believe that patients should have access to natural medicine. We believe our sick, dying, and disabled should have safe access and should no longer have to be criminals having to go buy their medication, nor making their family members act in a criminal manner in order to go get their medication for them. We believe that the values of Ohio citizens, many of the, first off, let me start again, please. I want to first introduce myself in another way. I am brand new to doing this. So any of the activity and any of this is brand new to me, and I really appreciate everybody's patience while I learn through training to do this. I'm a mother, and I've jumped into this crazy world of drug policy and press releases. So first off, I want to make sure that everybody here knows that. What I see in Ohio is that we have some very strict values, and family is so important. And so many people in the state are suffering in agony, and family members are watching them do that. We have certain values that we should uphold as Ohioans, and being able to provide natural, safe medicine to sick, dying, and disabled people in a very professional manner just makes sense to the state of Ohio. I'd like to introduce you to a small business owner in Cleveland. His name is Len Toma. He's a very sick patient. He has been on in pain management for approximately 15 years, and he has a very difficult time leaving his home. And he is one of the patients that we're trying to protect with our ballot initiative. Len?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. My name is Len. I'm a 58-year-old resident of the city of Cleveland. In 1984, I was able to purchase the printing and marketing company I had worked at for the previous 6 years. I have 2 children, a 28 and a 19-year-old. In my time when I was working, I was able to be very active in the community that I worked in. I served on the board of the Clark Metro Development Corporation, their joint board with the Community Relations for Metro Health. I received a Good Neighbor of the Year award for my work in 1988. I also served on the Brooklyn Y Branch Award, and I was the president of the Cleveland West Rotary for 2 years. Also during, not relative to the business, but personally in our lives, before I had become too sick, we had actually taken in somebody who had who ended up dying of AIDS, and also we became foster parents for a neighborhood child who had both his parents died and there was nobody available to take him. I enjoyed spending a lot of time with my children. I would take my kids and neighborhood kids to the Y to go swimming or playing basketball. In the summer, I'd be out riding bikes. I'd pick up a train of kids following me around. I also enjoyed restoring my 150-year-old historic home in Cleveland. Not long after I purchased my company, I started having problems with pain in my feet and legs. This continued over the next 10 years, and I just assumed that this was, getting older and just working too many hours and too hard. It was in the mid-90s, it had gotten to the point it was so bad that I was making the rounds of all the major hospital systems in Cleveland to try and find something to help with the pain and to find out what was actually causing the pain. It was finally diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy, the coating or the sheathing of the nerves being eaten away. They don't know what causes that, and they don't have anything to treat it other than pain management. I was able to, after the diagnosis, I was able to continue working for 10 years. This was based on very high doses of morphine, Percocet, and other pain relievers for breakthrough pain, and very strong muscle relaxers. We tried many other medications, and they either didn't work or I couldn't handle the side effects. Without these medications, I would not have been able to work with this debilitating pain. I had been to every major hospital system in Cleveland, including Mount Sinai University, Cleveland Clinic, St. Vincent Charity, and last I went to South Point Hospital, where I was to have an intrathecal pump put in. This is where it would put the medication directly on my spine in the effort to get better pain relief. There were problems with that, so it did not proceed. I tried everything that I had been able to find to do through the medical community, including TENS unit, hydrotherapy, self-hypnosis, biofeedback, acupuncture, more medications than I mentioned, physical therapy, and I just tried everything I could to reduce the pain. The pain medications were working until I continued to work for another 10 years, so that around December of 2005, when I left for the Christmas holidays, I was not able to return back to work. The pain had just been too much and had been building up for too long. I was granted a 100% disability by the Social Security Administration. In July 2007, I slipped and broke my right calcaneum, that's the right heel bone. This made an incredibly worse pain than I had been in so far. Nothing could be done to discover what was causing it, and it was diagnosed as regional pain syndrome. Another thing that there's nothing they can do to treat it except use painkillers. This had gotten so bad that I actually asked the doctor to cut my foot off. What we eventually did was I did have a procedure done, which is called a nerve ablation, where they went into my lower lumbar and cut the nerve going down to my leg. That did not help either. My case of neuropathy is much worse than normal. I'm told it's very exaggerated. It started in my feet. It proceeded to go up in my digestive system, my hands, my face, my teeth, my gums. I've even been in the hospital for having muscle spasms in my esophagus, which is, I get a lot of muscle spasms from the neuropathy. About 3 or 4 years ago, the psychologist I was seeing for pain management asked me if I tried alternative treatments. I told him I tried everything I could, so he said he would send me some emails with some other alternatives that I could consider. I was very surprised because every link that he sent me in that email was about medical marijuana. At that time, it was just, it just didn't seem to be conceivable that that was something that I would do. I had 2 children at home. But 2 years ago, I did try using medical marijuana, and I was very surprised at how much it helped with the severe muscle cramps I get from neuropathy. I currently use it only at night before I go to bed. Now I can sleep through the night, where previously the longest sleeping periods I would ever have would be for about 2 hours. I've checked with my primary care physician as well as all the other doctors I see. None of them had any objection to my using medical marijuana. Only one said he didn't think it would work, but he had no problem with the use of it. It bothers me that I have to do something illegally to help me get through the day, to get through my life with this disease. Since I've started using medical marijuana, the 400 milligrams a day of morphine that I was taking is reduced to 180 to 240 milligrams. I'm using lower dose pain medications for the breakthrough pain, and my muscle relaxers have also been reduced. I had been taking 6 milligrams a day of Xanax. I'm now down to 1/2 to 1 just in the evening to help get to sleep. Legalizing marijuana in Ohio would be helpful because there would be more control over the medication. I wouldn't be buying something off the street where I don't know what I'm actually getting. And I have observed that there are strains, some that help more with muscle relaxing than others. And having that type of oversight and control would definitely be much more safe than buy something on the street. I just hope you'll consider, helping in passing this, helping get this law passed. It has really made a difference in my life.